Aloha and welcome. My name is Marty Berger, a local attorney and the owner of Hawaii Debt Solutions, a federally recognized full-service debt relief agency. So please note that this video was created specifically for Hawaii residents, and it is just general information and is not to be taken as legal advice. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to stop wage garnishments and bank seizures. So what I'll do on this video is I'll tell you a little bit about this process, because the process is actually a three-part process, and what I did, so you understand that this is actually the third part of a three-video series. So what I've done is I've explained the three different parts of the series, and what it is, just so you understand, is that the first part is what I call the pre-litigation period, and then there's the litigation period, and then there is the third stage, which is the garnishments and bank seizures. So you are probably familiar with the first stage. This is where you haven't been sued, but collection agents are calling you. They're threatening to sue you. Now, this is the time where if you have some money socked away, or if you know you can make some installments, now's the time to make a deal. You can make a deal while you're in court at the litigation process, but the time is really crunched up. Make your deal now if you can. Now, you can either do this on your own, or you can do it with some negotiator. Now, if you are going to do this on your own, please do not tell them, do the best you can not to tell them who your employer is or where your bank accounts are. They're going to try to get that information from you, because if you do that and you cannot work a deal with these people, you've just fast-tracked the garnishment process. Okay. Now, if you're thinking about trying to find somebody who's going to do this for you, you might want to take a look at my video on how to hire a debt negotiator or consolidator. And by the way, if you want to stop the collection agent calls, I also have a video that will show you how to stop the collection agent calls on your own. You won't need anybody for that. Okay, let's say you could not work a deal pre-lawsuit. So what's going to happen is eventually you're going to get sued. You can still negotiate. The problem here is that the court process moves along very quickly, and so that is going to kind of put some pressure on the whole deal. Now, if you want to apply a little more pressure and get a little more leverage, what you can do is you can file a legal document called an answer. And what that basically says to the creditor is, hey, you got to prove that you owe this money. Okay? They don't want to necessarily do that, so that'll give you a little bit of leverage. At that point, though, if you cannot work a deal with these folks, in all likelihood the judge is going to grant them a judgment, it's called. And at that point, once they get the judgment, they can then go forward to the final and third stage, which is the garnishment and seizure stage. At this point, you're really not going to know when this process is going to start. It could happen in days, weeks, months. It can happen even in years. So what you really want to do is you want to get right on taking some action right away. For instance, creditors can seize bank accounts, with the exception of actually a little bit of Social Security money. They can take all the money that's in your bank account. It doesn't matter if it's a joint bank account. So what you want to do right now is really think about your whole banking process in terms of how much money you want to keep in there, how you want to handle everything. The problem with the wage garnishment action is that you're not going to know that you were garnished until the day that you get your paycheck and you see that it's about 25% lighter, and that there's this little line item in your deductions, and it's going to say garnishment. And that is because a creditor is not required by law to give you notice that they're about to garnish your wages. And they give the notice to your employer, and your employer is immediately required to start deducting this money. So how do you stop them? Basically, if you've watched some of my videos before, you know that I like to give people options on how to handle situations. Unfortunately, in this situation, there's really only one solution, and that is bankruptcy. Now, bankruptcy is available to everyone, really. It doesn't matter how much money you earn, how many assets you have, or who you owe the debt to. Once you file bankruptcy, you get something known as an automatic stay. What that is it's a court order that prevents your creditors from doing anything to try to get their money without getting permission from the court. It's very powerful. It's not going to just stop the garnishments. It's going to stop any collection agent calls, but it'll also stop lawsuits. So really, that's about it. I've told you about the process. I've told you in depth about the garnishment and seizure procedure. I've told you how to stop it. And if you'd like a free, no obligation consultation about your options, feel free to give me a call. You can email me. You can fill out the little form on the site on this page here. I've helped thousands of people over the last 25 years. I suspect I can help you as well. Now, there is one thing I do want to tell you, and that is that, as you guys know, this COVID crisis has really created a financial crisis for the folks here in Hawaii. So if you know you have a problem, you really should see somebody as soon as you can, because all the qualified lawyers soon are going to get really very busy, and they may not be able to see everybody that they want to see. So that's it. Thanks, and thanks for watching, and have a great day.